Okay, what's up? It's your boy Carceno here. Why it look so dark on the screen? They got it looking like mad super dark. What in the world is going on here? Why is it looking like this? What's up, sincerely? Yeah, they got it looking mad dark in here. I know, Marcus. What's up, anytime? Yeah, they got the screen. Maybe it's my screen. Let me get this brightness. Brightness is turned up. I don't know. Maybe I bust a bulb or something. Well, in case you've been under a rock, Ben Gordon, man, Ben Gordon, man, I feel bad for Ben. He's facing jail time in a Queens criminal court. He appeared in there yesterday to face charges of assault regarding an arrest when he apparently, allegedly, hit his 10-year-old son repeatedly in the head. Now, this is something that was brought to the attention of people there. Now, here's the details that I found out about what's going on. Now, according to the people that's in the know, now this is supposedly some Karen situation that's involved. Yep. Now, they're saying that he didn't punch his son, that he was targeted by a Karen who recognized him as a celebrity, right? His angry ex girlfriend claims. The Karen intervened after recognizing Ben Gordon and sparked the player's arrest at the airport and said he struck his 10-year-old son. This lady, Ashley Banks, told the newspapers and the media that Ben Gordon didn't hurt the kid, but the Karen certainly did. See, the problem is the child was traumatized by this situation with the Karen woman and Ben Gordon. This is her version of what happened. Now she's dated Ben Gordon for 4 years, from 2016 to 2020. So they're no longer together. But she was giving her version of the story. She said the child saw his father being arrested and taken away. He was waiting in custody until his aunt picked him up, so that, and the worst part of it, is that we want to really protect the child. So to take a, Long Island Jewish Children's Hospital for evaluation is where he went. The child allegedly, um, or whatever, the Gordon child allegedly that was supposed to be struck. There was an order of protection out against the father. So him seeing his father go to jail based on an order of protection out against Ben Gordon, that was the case. And she says this is a pattern that they do against black people, and that is sad because the child was traumatized from the whole event. But how do you claim a 10-year-old? Like, like, I mean, how do you calm a 10-year-old? He's probably going to be scared of the police because he's little. So this is what she's telling them, the version of what happened. Now, witnesses had told cops that Gordon whacked his son with a closed fist as they waited for a flight to Chicago. Gordon was barred from getting on the plane and allegedly resisted arrest by locking his arms when the cops came to arrest him. The cops It was two Port Authority cops who claimed that they were injured in the arrest, but the extent of their injuries isn't known yet. Banks suspect that the Karen recognized the Chicago Bull player and decided to take advantage of the situation, and she decided to, something. She said she noticed other people do this to Gordon in the past that recognized him, so I don't know. Um, since Ben Gordon has come out and admitted himself, he deals with mental health issues, because he says he deals with this and he struggles with the mental health. People will always do things to try to trigger you, but it seemed to be very different to me that once someone sees that happen, like, I see this guy do this, I seen that guy do that. When you start seeing these things happen in real time, and you start seeing, like, if you say this about anybody who happen to be Caucasian, then it's all good with mental health. If black people say they got mental health, it's an excuse and a crutch. Have you noticed that? Or is it just me? Hit the like button, good people. Now, when you see the scenarios come around, you start to say to yourself, well, damn, hmm, that's strange. The man had mental health issues and he had all these scars from doing what? Now, he's had some outbursts in the past, but if the Karen story is true, they should have footage at the airport. But when you fight the police and you're fighting an arrest, all of these things that you're talking about, they fall at the wayside and it fails in comparison. Then everybody jumps because now people don't know how to react. No, it's not. It's more than just whooping their own child. It's a fact that he's a public figure. It's at the airport. And if he did what he did, they don't consider that just whooping your child or disciplining your children. Hmm. Ben Gordon was one of the best things that ever happened to the Chicago Bulls organization. They had him for bare minimum, and he was putting up more 50-point games since Michael Jordan. He was breaking all records. He was before Derrick Rose. Him and Derrick Rose came in, they were together. They were the backcourt for a while. Then they didn't want to pay Ben Gordon. And they was in search of that other two guard ever since. a lot of different elements came into play. Right. Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler, all of these guys was in there, man, doing their thing. They tried to with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler came along, but at that time when Jimmy came and was coming into his own, Derek was already like hurt. The injuries to him was starting to take its toll on Derek. And Derek was, body was tearing down. But when they had Ben Gordon and Derrick Rose, they were scary. And when you got somebody like that who could put up 50 points repetitively, you got to take care of that guy. I mean, seriously, you got to take care of that player. You can't just leave him out there on the island. Yeah, they pushed that Boston team to 7 games. I think that's when. Is that when KG got hurt? That might have been the year Kevin Garnett got hurt, and he didn't play in that playoff series because I remember they were going to Big Baby Davis, Glenn Davis, and they lost to the Orlando Magic that year without KG. I started watching it, and then I fell asleep on it. I gotta pick it up again. They were going through the failures of the Redeem team, but I'm still watching it. No, they got a lot of different things in place. A lot of people are saying things left and right. Draymond Green versus Ben Gordon. Set it up now. It's funny. No. It's actually a different stance that they're taking. I don't know. We'll see what's happening, but I haven't even noticed that. But that's very interesting that you pointed that out. Yeah, that was after they won the championship. They were defending champions that year. Ben Gordon was dropping 50s like no one has seen no Chicago Bull was doing that at the time. But I don't know. Like the thing is you don't really know the situation. I didn't want to show pictures of his children, but in October he was ordered to undergo a psychiatric evaluation after the incident he had in New York in Mount Vernon because he owns a store out there. He allegedly pulled a knife on a man, they said, and took some money that was in his security box or whatever. So he was ordered to go through therapy by the court as the results. That was another, event. And then October was the latest event when he had to go through the psychiatric evaluation after he had an incident with the woman at the store. Like I said, he's a target. So if people come there and harass him, they know they might get him to do something. There's a chance they could win a lawsuit. or he could sue, or they could sue and try to get money out of him. So, being all this celebrity and being who you supposed to be or who they want you to be, that's two different things. They're always pushing the narrative to keep you in place. That's what they want. They want to keep you in place. No, they don't even have the mental fortitude to understand that these are people. They're human. They got lives just like everyone else. So they want to continue to go down the road of, hey, this is us. This is what we do. This is the best thing for us. Blah, 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 right? But other than that, no one else truly cares. Like, if you look at everything in totality, you start to ask yourself questions, and you start going, well, damn, if this is how they feel, then why am I going to even go outside? I can't go to concerts or events. Somebody might try to trigger me. But well, we've seen this in reverse. When someone says they have mental health issues and they are Caucasian, people leave them the hell alone, don't they? Nobody bother them. Absolutely. No, I'm not. I'm not even going down that road. Like, you got to understand something, that I am not pursuing any of these things that everyone else is claiming that I need to do. Yeah, when it pertains to the sports. Right. And that's how Ben Gordon approached it. That's his mindset. Like, I'm not approaching anything that I don't need to do. So that's how his mentality was. His mentality was like, F that. I ain't got to listen to you. I know, but when it's Caucasian, it's the empathy. But when somebody black say they got mental health issues, oh, they lying, and let's push the envelope. And they try to trigger this man, and he's like, hey, this man's got real mental issue. If the judge ordered this man to have psychiatric evaluation, they must feel that there's something wrong with him. But where's his empathy? Why is it okay for some people to come through and trigger what he's doing? Now, this is what's been reported by his ex-girlfriend to the media. So we have to figure out the middle ground here. What is the middle ground? Because on one hand, you saying it's okay, then on the other hand, you saying it's not okay. So which one is it? No, Ben Gordon has been an outstanding basketball player. He was at UConn, played for the Pistons. He didn't have the kind of years with the Pistons that he did because he was injured most of the time. He injured his knee, and that knee injury was hindering him. And he was never the Ben Gordon he was with the Bulls. He owns a store called Of Our Own. It's a sports rehabilitation and recovery center. Well, a lot of people have these situations appear, reappear, disappear. The whole notion, right? So when they look at this, they try to make a case or a claim, and they can't. They can't find any like they can't find any type of reason to be against the person. Like they haven't even heard about Ben Gordon in about years. He's been so quiet. No one's really talked about him. So now this is the only time you bring him up. So now that you bring him up and go through this claim of what you want to have done and moving these tropes, once you start going down these lines of what Ben Gordon should be doing, and Ben Gordon better do this, Ben Gordon better do that. So they claiming he harmed his son, and they claim he's suffering from all these mental health issues, but we really haven't seen it because he stayed quiet. But he's been having incidents off the court. Um, he's saying he was having thoughts of harming himself. This was 2 years ago, and he expressed that he was dealing with mental health issues. This was 2 years ago, and ever since then, he's had episodes with people, um, and he was ordered by a judge to get therapy, which he did, and then this incident happened. But allegedly, some Karen got involved and escalated the situation, which the police came over and they claimed the kid was traumatized rather than hurt, and it was just really a misunderstanding than what everybody think it was. Well, you got to understand that these are the different cases that you're looking at right now. Like you're looking at a lot of stuff on the table that shouldn't even be. It don't even make sense. Yeah, I remember that he put up like 40 some in a playoff game on Boston with D Rose, him and D Rose in 2009. Ben Gordon just went off, and it was like Ben Gordon versus the Boston Celtics. Like D Rose is just sitting there like watching. He was rookie of the year, and Boston problem is Kevin, without Kevin Garnett, they were pretty much exposed. Once they won the championship, though, it was like that next year, without when Kevin KG went down, it was like whatever. I don't know, but we don't deal with the clown show. But nah, Ben Gordon is doing his thing. He was had his own business, and the story is always got to be something tragic with us. It's never a success story, never a positive note. It's always got to be something negative. So that's why they were moving in the way they were moving. He was short. He was a short two guard, but he was incredible. Like, he was by far a one man scoring machine. To be that small, Ben Gordon can light it up. When he was with the Bulls, I'm like, this dude here is insane. So when the Pistons got him, he was so hurt. The Bulls didn't want to resign him. He signed for the same amount of money the Bulls offered him with the Pistons. He was like, it was the principle that they lowballed me, and they didn't want to give me my worth. 50 million? You ain't want to do that? Okay. Yeah, that was an amazing game. Um, Anybody had a chance to ever see that game, the Bulls and Celtics, Ray Allen hit the game winner. The Bulls would have been up 2-0 in that series. That's the series they should have won. Right. They should have kept him and Rose together. I think it would have took a lot of pressure off of Derek. Them losing Ben Gordon, that was key. Because it would have opened up the floor a lot for Derek to be explosive and really, preserve himself. He ain't got to kill himself. Without Ben Gordon there, they had no two guard they really respected enough to where they can just double and triple Derek, and go after him. So the Bulls always took the cheap route, so yeah, that's what happened when you take the cheap route. When you take the cheap route, you get cheap results. Straight up. You take a cheap route, you get a cheap result. Nah, so we'll see what happens. I mean, over the next few years, you'll see how it plays out. They ran somebody into the ground, absolutely. So therefore, you don't have to deal with like a lot of the nonsense. Like there's a lot of people out there that believe in nonsense and believe in absolutely. They believe in a lot of nonsense and a lot of lies. Yeah, when you got lies and deceptions, that's what they do.
I mean, let's talk about this.
In order for, I know what you're saying. In order for the Bulls to go forward now, if they had Ben Gordon, like back in 2009, Ben Gordon can't play no more. Like his time is over. Is that what you mean? Tim Thibodeau runs everybody into the ground. He believes in work, 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 and work again. So that's just how he is. That's his nature. Mm-mm. Wilder versus Helenius. Who do I have? I have Deontay Wilder by knockout in probably round three. Round three knockout for Deontay Wilder. He's gonna knock him out. Helenius, he doesn't move his head. He's active. with his jab and everything, but he keeps his head out on a straight line. So he's there to get clipped. And if he gets clipped by Deontay Wilder, it's night. Like don't even write the doctor, don't write nobody. Just sign the note because he going to sleep. Oh, recap what's happening. Well, the Ben Gordon was arrested and he was held for $5,000 bail for allegedly hitting his son at the airport. His ex girlfriend said that this was sparked by a Karen who recognized him at the airport. Now, she claims Ben didn't punch the son and that the Karen intervened and recognized Ben Gordon and started this whole mess. And like the striking of the 10-year-old son, they said they was like Gordon didn't hurt the kid, but the Karen certainly did. That's what the ex girlfriend claimed. This Ashley Banks. She said the problem was that the child was traumatized by everything that was going on, and he saw his father being arrested and taken away. So he was waiting in custody until his aunt picked him up. So that was the worst part of it. So they wanted to really protect him from all of that. But he was taken to the Long Island Jewish Children's Hospital so he can get evaluated. Now, the problem was, and the reason why Ben Gordon was arrested, because for some reason there's a child order of protection against Ben Gordon. So she was saying that the child could suffer lifelong scars. But they saying, do you see this pattern with black people where these celebrities or these Karens, what she liked to call them, came up and approached them? And they say they've been seeing a lot of that lately. So that's what happened. Devin Haney rematch. I don't see it changing anything. Uh I don't think Cambosis can get past the jab. Devin Haney could just jab him, and he's too athletic. And all the bobbing and weaving, you're gonna have to be really active to get in there and beat Devin Haney. I just don't really see him actually doing anything like that. So um, I've kept y'all long enough. You should be informed. And oh yeah, you guys keep hitting me up about dude's video and all that stuff. Look, lawyers are taking care of that. So that's all I can tell you that. Lawyers are taking care of it. Whatever they do, they do. But lawyers are taking care of it now. So that's all I can tell you. I'm out. Deuces.